So far in our Angular tutorial series, we have learned that the component serves as the basic building blocks of an Angular application. We also crafted our own custom components, and we also learned how an Angular application communicates between the templates and the component logic with the help of data binding and its types. But there is another essential building block that helps us in building an Angular application, and that is directive. Directives are like special instructions that you can add to your HTML elements, allowing you to modify their appearance or behavior in your web application. In Angular, there are different types of directives, each serving a unique purpose. You might be surprised to know that we have already used one of the type of directive in our previous parts, and that is component. And we know that components allows us to command our DOM by specifying what should appear on our web pages. When we use a component selector in a template, we are telling Angular to include that specific component within the template. This way, Angular understands that it needs to display the content defined within that component at a particular location in the web page. So, we can also say that a component is a directive, but with a template. Basically, directives in Angular are classified into three main categories based on their usage. Number one is structural directives. In Angular, structural directives are the directives that changes the structure of the DOM by adding, removing, or manipulating elements based on certain conditions. They allows developer to modify the layout of the HTML by adding or removing elements dynamically with the help of specific conditions or the data. And that is exactly how we gain control over the rendered content within an Angular application. For instance, the ngIf, ngFor, ngSwitch, these are all the examples of structural directives. If these sounds new to you, don't worry about it guys, because we are gonna cover each of these in our upcoming parts. Now, number 2 is an attribute directive. Unlike structural directives that modify the structure of the DOM, attribute directives alter the appearance or the behavior of HTML elements. They are like helpers that tweak how an element looks or behaves by attaching or adjusting its attributes. Just like adding colors, styles, or special behaviors, all of these changes are managed by attribute directives in Angular, such as ngStyle or ngClass that we are definitely gonna cover in our upcoming parts and also with examples. And the last one is component directive. And we have been working extensively with component directives already. Like whenever we are creating a custom component, essentially it is creating a component directive only. So basically each custom component we have made so far, such as home component, login component if you remember, are all the instances of component directive only. In our upcoming parts, we are gonna dive deeper into structural and attribute directives, showcasing practical examples to understand their functionality and implementation within Angular applications. Until then, keep coding. Thank you.